Gold is one of the few things that can be found on Earth in pure form. If you could cut a bar of gold into smaller pieces, you would find that the smallest piece that could be identified as gold is one atom of gold. This atom is made up of even smaller parts. These very tiny parts are not gold. They can be found in all forms of matter. However, it is difficult to see them. Special tools are needed in order to study these small pieces of matter. Why is it difficult to study small pieces of matter? What are elements? Objective: identify elements as substances that cannot be chemically broken down into simpler substances. Key term: element. Element. Substance that cannot be chemically broken down into simpler substances. Elements. Most of the objects around you are made up of combinations of different kinds of matter. For example, the concrete in a sidewalk is made up of different types of matter: gravel, sand, cement, and water. However, even gravel, sand, cement, and water are made from other types of matter. But these types of matter, called elements, are different. Elements are substances that cannot be chemically broken down into simpler substances. All of the matter that you can observe on Earth is made up of elements or combinations of elements. Number 1. Define. What is an element? The known elements. There are more than 100 known elements. Most of the first 92 elements are found in nature. The rest of the elements have been made by scientists under special laboratory conditions. Some elements are solid at room temperature. Some examples that you may be familiar with are iron, zinc, lead, silver, gold, calcium, sodium, nickel, and copper. A few elements, such as mercury and bromine, are liquids at room temperature. Other elements, such as oxygen, hydrogen, helium, and neon, are gases at room temperature. Number 2. Identify. How many elements are found in nature? Elements in matter. All matter is made up of elements. Some types of matter are made up of only one element. An iron nail may contain only the element iron. Aluminum foil may be made up of only the element aluminum. Pure gold and pure silver are also made up of only one element. There are some types of matter that are made up of more than one element. Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. Table salt is made up of sodium and chlorine. In a laboratory, a chemist can break down this kind of matter. For example, sugar can be broken down into the elements that make it up: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. These elements cannot be chemically broken down into simpler substances. 3. Name. What 3 elements make up sugar? Checking concepts. Number 1. An blank is a substance that cannot be chemically broken down into simpler substances. 2. Mercury is a blank at room temperature. Number 3. There are more than blank known elements. Number 4. Most of the known elements are blank at room temperature. Number 5. An example of a substance made up of more than one element is blank. Thinking critically. Number 6. Compare. Mercury and oxygen are elements. Explain one way in which they differ from one another. Number 7. Classify. Which of the following substances are elements? A. Gold. C. Mercury. B. Hydrogen. D. Sugar.